Hi there, I'm Derek, this is Bill. We're going to cover off a little bit about the 5230 and the 5330 family, some of the capabilities, some of the different configurations that you can get it in, and Bill's going to get us started with the basic roles. Bill?
Yeah, thanks Derek. So as he mentioned, the NetBackup Appliances family has two members in it right now primarily. We first have the NetBackup 5230 and we have the NetBackup 5330. And these are complementary solutions that have very specific use cases and roles to play in an overall data protection implementation. There are some other differences we'll explore together. So first of all, as far as storage scale, right? And so the 5230, as a standalone node, can offer up to 4 to 14 terabytes of storage space. We used to let you, or recommend that you can actually stack additional storage shelves and achieve up to 142 terabytes of storage with the 5230. Over here we have the new older brother of the appliance. So the standalone node with one shelf can go to 114 terabytes and scale up to 229 if you need to, right? Now from when to use which one, and Derek will go deeper on this in a minute, so when do I implement and sell this guy versus that guy? How do they work together to solve a larger problem for a customer, right? So we recommend that you use the 5230 as the master server. So we recommend he is the top tier management box in your overall infrastructure. And you let this guy, the 5330, do most of your data movement operations. He becomes the media server workhorse. And so you might have, for example, one master server and one or more media servers capturing your VMware database data and putting it on a storage location somewhere in his rack mount stack infrastructure. Now beyond that, Derek will go ahead and come in and tell us more about other differences and nuances to keep in mind when selling and implementing these appliance solutions.
Sure, great, thanks Bill. So the primary reason that we've moved from a do-it-all solution in the 5230 being the master server and the media server is that the administrative tasks that a NetBackup master server has to take over, which is all of your job scheduling, metadata database, fingerprint, database management, and all of the management sort of things, we're taking precious cycles away from what we should have been doing, which is backing up and recovering your data. So ideally, you would want to remove all of those tasks from the workhorse that is just supposed to be shoveling data from point A to point B. So to that, we've over doubled the RAM, moving from the 5230 to the 5330. So there's 384 gig of RAM in the 5330. Much bigger processors, higher multi-thread count on the processors. But having said that, this is more than powerful enough to manage all of the administrative tasks, the scheduling, database management, etc., of anything that the media servers will be ingesting. So if we talk about that from a role perspective, like Bill said, if you have the 5230 as your master server and the 5330 as the primary workhorse, then it's pretty much an optimal setup. So if we talk a little bit more about the 5330, in that the base unit having 114 terabytes of storage, either advanced disk or deduplicated disk, would be ideal if you were to put it into a remote office and have it talk to a master server. So you could have everything handled in a remote site perspective. Or in a larger data center or DR site and have these devices replicating data into a much larger footprint site. You can do that. So from the core responsibility and the differences between them, there's some pretty obvious gains in moving to a much larger machine, moving to larger and much more efficient deduplication database handling system that's built into the 5330. The metadatabase for this device is pruned so that it can handle 500 to 800 jobs simultaneously being pointed directly into this storage unit across all of the highly resilient and available volume groups. So hopefully that covers off enough and fills in enough of what Bill and I had to say about having a 5230 as a master server, having a 5330 as your workhorse, and an optimized data center.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.